Hello guys, welcome back to another Swahili learning video. Today we're going to learn the bad words. And this is my contribution to humanity. So for context, I have a channel where I randomly share like Swahili stuff for people who want to learn. And I've had a lot of inquiries, people wanting to know the bad words as well because for social reasons, I guess. And I was like, I've been shying away from this, but this video needs to be done. So here it is. So I'll start with the light stuffs and then I'll move to the other stuffs. And disclaimer, like Swahili is a very strong language. And so Swahili insults can be very strong. And because they're very strong, the locals sort of like put a lot of weight on them, especially for the second part that I'll be using. So the first part, they're usually like thrown around more often, but the second part, be careful before using them because it could get a unified situation, kind of situation. So yeah. So the first insult that most people use is shenzi or mshenzi. That directly means stupid. Like you can hear that aloud a lot. And another one that is very much used is mbuzi, mbuzi, which just means the same, stupid. Like people could just say, une mbuzi, they just mean this guy is stupid. Or mpumbavu. They could just like say, une mpumbavu, meaning the same thing. It's within the same line, like within like stupidity. And then we're going to the middle section. They're not very light, but they're also not very strong. Another one which is very much used, just like it's in any other language, it's Malaya, which directly means a whore. Yeah. So I don't have to explain that. Yeah. And then there's another one which means, I mean, and then there's another one which is Fala. You could easily hear this a lot too, like, we Fala, like kind of situation. And Fala also means it could be stupid, but it's a bit stronger than just stupid. So I don't know the direct translation of that, but it's within the same line of stupid, but it's like on the strong ends of the metrics. And then we're gonna go into the very strong consorts, the ones that people use, but it's mostly in the hoods that people use. Also, if you use it on a person, they could take it strongly unless you guys are like friends, then they can take it light. But you don't normally use this on strangers unless otherwise you're gonna get in a fight. So the first one is msenge, and msenge means a gay guy. So it's used very often, but it's one of those curse words that are used often, but they're also very strong. So it can like boiled stuffs inside people. Be warned. And then in the same line, there's another word called hanithi. So hanithi is basically also a gay guy, but hanithi specifically means the gay guy who's being fagged. We're very specific here. So there are those two words which interchangeably. But so for context, the idea of gayism is not accepted in Tanzania, the country where Swahili is widely spoken. And that's why most words related to gayism they use as curse words because most men don't take those words lightly when used on them because they have not accepted the idea of gayism and they sort of like associate gayism with some kind of like incompleteness. So when you use them on them, you can see like how the dynamics are not like really matching up for them. So another Swahili curse words is kuma, which it means ass. And this one could like be used in multiple ways. Like this is very strong. Like I'm even having a hard time pronouncing it, but it's also very much used in the hood. They usually say kumamako, which they means your mother's ass. So you see what I'm saying? You could like start some fights. And then they could also say like words like kumanina, Like you fucking your mothers. Oh, you know, it's it's just too much. All right. I'm moving on because I'm just using a lot of effort to say these words because I don't normally use them, but I know there are people who use them and there are people who need to learn them to use them because maybe that's just their vice. It's just not my vice, but I'm doing good for the universe by just putting this video out. So another one, very strong and not normally used, but it could be used in the hoods. Mkundu. That also means like ass. No, Mkundu actually means like asshole. Yeah. So, all right, guys. So that's it for this video. I hope you have learned something. So do with this words what you will, and yeah.